Hey guys, Hotshot here, and I wanted to go over pretty much the new god in Smite that they just added a little bit ago. His name is Charon, or Chiron. I can't say his name correctly because it sounds like Chiron the Hunter, but it's basically just Charon. So basically, he's like the new guardian that they added recently, and I just, randomly hopped into a game, and I was just like, I was thinking like, oh, this guy looks fun, and I just hopped into a game, I put on a build randomly. I went in there blind because I wanted to pretty much just go in there blind to figure out how to use his abilities. But after I looked at his abilities, they looked pretty interesting. This first one is called Spectral Surge. Pretty much, you just pluck out a soul, you fire a line projectile that damages and slows enemies. It stops the first god it hits. If it hits an enemy god, it explodes, it silences, and it has a soul slow for 20%, and it's pretty decent. His second one is called Damnation. So pretty much you gain a shield, you do some damage, you get attack speed slow as a debuff, and you grant like 20% shield, pretty much, or something along those lines. His third one's called Swift Voyage. So basically he charges forward and then he kind of roots or stuns somebody, gains 100% movement speed, and he pretty much is like the fucking speedy boy pretty much. I'm gonna say his ult is probably one of the best ults in the game, in my opinion. It's called Summon Sticks, I think that's how you say it. Basically, he gains CC immunity, he summons a massive tidal wave, and then he sends forth across the battlefield. Anyone that gets hit by it gets feared. The allied gods gain protection for 3 seconds. 40% movement speed. They have 40% protections for 3 seconds at max. If they're within 60 units, they gain movement speed by 40%. And his passive is pretty much, if Charon is in assist of range while with any friendly lane minion or jungle, the essence persists for Charon to collect for 8 seconds, granting him one gold and a soul stack each. When Charon returns to base, he loses all soul stacks and gains a permanent 2 max health per stack. That passive sounds a little weird to me. I don't know how to really go on about it, but I just want to say, like, pretty much, I think he's a fun guardian. I definitely have to experiment more with him to kind of gain, like, I think he's pretty fun. The first game on I played, I did okay with him. I just think for learning, I have to kind of get used to his kit. I think he's overall fun. I think for a guardian, I think he's definitely fun, because I kind of wanted a new one for a while to kind of stick beside the point that I think he's going to be like semi-decent in a sense. I think he definitely has one of the best ults in the game, just for the fact is, like, I played against this guy a couple of times, and like his ult was just really fucking annoying. You might have to build purification against it, unless I'm wrong, but yeah, this guy's ult is really good in the team fights, because like you just can fear them, and then the teammates can follow up pretty much with any team comp, really. Like when he gets that shield, he pretty much like does what he has to do. Like he just fucking gains a shield, and like when they're all grouped up together, then you just send out that ult. He will pretty much the team will do whatever they want to you, basically. It's not up for a debate. They will just fuck you over pretty much anytime they really can. I like his 1 a little bit. I think his 3 and 4 are pretty strong. The 3 being like a root or a stun, or pretty much for a certain amount of time. And then you could build damage with this guy. I think he's overall just like a guy, like, I'm not gonna say like Ymir crazy, but like I think you can build him damage and still do pretty well with the protections. But I think overall he's pretty fun. I think for a god like this, is definitely one of the best gods that they've ever added to the game. I think for the time that I need to put more work into him to kind of say like, yeah, I'm really fucking them over. Yeah, I gotta give this god a little bit more work. I didn't like go super crazy with him. I just wanted to say I think he's definitely one of the fun gods that they've ever added to a game like this. I think the only thing I was just a little confused about was his abilities, like playing against him at first, because I was just like, what the hell is this god? I haven't played that other god that they added, because like I haven't played Smite in such a long time, so I've been sort of reading through patch notes on Weekend's channel. I think he's pretty solid for news and stuff, so I might have to look at the other new god. I think she was like a mage or something. I can look at it real quick. I think she was like a mage, I believe. What's her name? Oh, is it Nine? I don't know how to say this god's name. Nine Shell, like the Light Weaver. I might have to take a look at what she does, because she looks pretty cool. The way her design works, I have to take a look. But back to this god. I think I didn't expect him to be like the most busted god in the game or anything. I mean, usually with any god they add, that's usually busted. Well, Baba Yaga for one wasn't one. I think I'll still work on this guy to say he's pretty. I just gotta get used to his kit a little bit more, because like I was still confused on what the fuck the 2 does, because I just jumped in blind and didn't really understand him too much. But I'll definitely give him a little bit more work to kind of say, you know, I think he's solid. I do like the shield that he gives, like when he hit his 2. I just think he has like definitely one of the best ultimates in the game. I think he's definitely like an overall solid god. And I wish more gods were sort of like this in a way, where they're not like just super crazy strong. I mean, we all know Guan Yu was like on release, I think in the beta or something for PC. He was like one of the most broken god in the game. So at least they're realizing that they don't want this with other future gods in the game. But yeah, I think he's definitely a solid character. I have to see about like Conquest and Joust and other game modes to see if he's like really good on that. I think Final K did like a solo build on him. I have to take a look to see like what his best like damage build is, or not the best, but like a decent damage build and a decent like variety of builds you can try on this guy, because it seems like you can pretty much play him in any way. You can do all damage probably, or do all whatever you want type of thing. But the tricky thing was like when I first played him, I was like, what the hell did his 2 do? Because I saw it did like damage or something. I wasn't really 100%. I think with a cooldown build probably, or not just a full cooldown build, but like if you build cooldown on him, I think his ult will just basically just kind of carry you in a sense, because I think with his abilities, I think since not all of them are AoE, but or they kind of, well, because his ult's kind of just a straight line going forward. I think the damage potential on this god is going to be really good. But we'll see how it goes. I think once I put more time into him, I'll understand him more, and I think for the time being, I'll just look at, you know, Weekend or Final K's videos to kind of get more of a better insight on him. I'll just say for an instance that it will be a little tricky for me, because like I want to get back into Smite a little bit, because Evil Dead's not really doing good right now, and its prime state, because right now they're kind of, I think Saber US kind of shut down, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. But I'm definitely going to pump out more Smite content. I have been slacking on it for the channel, so we'll see how the time being goes when I put it out. But overall, I think Charon is pretty solid for a god. I think this is one of the best gods they've ever added to the game, so I think for the future, I hope this god doesn't receive, you know, too many massive changes if they feel he's too strong or anything. I think playing against him will be annoying, but I think playing as him will be really fun, so we'll see how it goes then. Yeah, I think that's all it for me. I just wanted to say my opinion on this god. I think he's pretty fun. One of the best gods they've ever added, I think, in my opinion. I like his little victory scream with like him sailing the shores. Definitely like a badass thing that they added, so we'll see what happens. Not my best game with him, first game on, but I'm gonna say I used all I could. I just was supporting the team. That's all you have to do. Alright, I'm gonna call it there, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one. And as always, stay groovy.